Thank you for joining me today. Today's topic is 10 best ways to die and 10 worst ways to die. Really, nobody wants to die, I don't think. You know, it's a bad thing to do for a lot of people. Or it could be a good thing if you go to heaven, but 1 out of 1 dies usually, so that's usually the case. So whether you know it or not, eventually, sooner or later, you're gonna have to die. So anyway, here's 10 best ways to die right here. First one is dying as a saved Christian, and has also done works for Christ while on earth. That's a good thing right there. And the second best way to die is getting caught up in the rapture. You will be instantly changed in a twinkling of an eye. That's another really good way. And the third best way to die is probably in your sleep. It would be painless, you know, as long as you're saved. And then the fourth best way to die is in a hospital bed with a lot of family members around you in your last moments. I think that would really be a great way to die. And then the fifth best way to die is if you get left out in the rapture and you die as a martyr for Christ through getting your head cut off, starvation, getting shot or whatever, from not taking the mark, you be guaranteed citizenship in heaven if you do such a thing. That's the fifth best way to die. I believe the sixth best way to die is by protecting a loved one of yours, especially a child, from a bad person. You don't want that to happen. And then I believe the seventh best way to die, if you had to die, is by protecting your country, fighting in a war, you know, fighting in your own country. And then the eighth best way I believe it is to die is if you had to die.
Tell us what we want to know.
Trying to free up a hostage that is being held up by terrorists. And the hostage lives.
Get your gun.
And then the ninth way I believe it is the best way to die is by getting a dangerous criminal captured or terminated.
Come with us.
But you die in the line of duty. That works kind of like with police officers. And then the 10th best way to die is by donating your liver or kidney.
Should be ready soon. Get ready now.
But you die in the process.
It shouldn't be too bad, yeah.
And that is 10 of the best ways I can think of is to die. And now we have the 10 worst ways to die. I believe these are the 10 worst ways to die that you could possibly die. I mean, there's probably some other bad ones too, but it's ones I thought of. And the first one on this, I believe, is, I would say burning to death. Like you get caught in a house fire or something, you burn to death in a house fire.
I don't believe it.
As an example. The second worst way to die, I believe it is to get into a really bad car accident. As you dying slowly, just really banging up really bad and just dying really slowly. I believe that's the second worst way to die. And the third way to die, I believe it is to have a really long-term starvation, just for a long time without being able to eat for one reason or another. You just can't get nothing to eat because you can't afford it, or you get in a bad place, get deserted somewhere, you just can't eat. That's another really bad way to die. And I believe the fourth worst way to die is die without Christ in your life, without asking forgiveness of sins, because afterwards you're going to have some really bad time in hell that you probably can't get out of. A very, very slim chance of it. And I believe the fifth worst way to die is by slashing your wrist in a suicide. That will have you guaranteed to not be able to get forgiveness afterwards. You won't be able to come back because that's one sin you can't be forgiven of is suicide. And I believe that's the fifth way. It's one of the worst ways to die. And I believe the sixth worst way to die is to get eaten by piranha by either swimming in the wrong area or accidentally falling in the water off your boat or somebody else's boat. Not a good thing. And then the seventh thing I think is the worst way to die is getting eaten by a shark in the water by going out too far past the beach area. Oh, you're gonna get brave. You're gonna go out.
How can I get out
Way
of
on
here?
out there. Well, not a good thing to do. And then the eighth thing I believe it is the worst way to die is getting eaten by alligators by accidentally falling off a dock while you're at the river. You don't want to do that. Curtains for you if you do. And then the ninth way I believe is the worst way to die is getting torn apart by a lion by venturing too far out into the woods and not having any really good weapons to protect yourself. Oh, that lion sees you. Oh, your lunch. You don't want that to happen. And then the 10th way I believe it is the worst way to die is to get torn apart by a bear by checking out some strange, mysterious cave somewhere. Oh, I gotta check out this cave. See what's in this cave. Man. Go in that cave, here's that bear. Oh, how you gonna get away then? Bad time there. Anyway, that concludes. I'll give you the 10 best ways to die if you have to die, and the 10 worst ways to die. Nobody really wants to die, and like I said, 1 out of 1 dies, no matter how you look at it. Everybody's gonna die one way or another. Some die good ways, some die bad ways, but there's no getting out of it. And I want to thank you for watching, and hope you like this video.